All right, you guys, as you keep working on exploration skills, I just wanted to point out the common difficulties, a couple of them, that new helpers in the exploration stage tend to deal with. These are also all in the chapter of exploration skills, putting it together, but I wanted to highlight ones that I think I particularly see among some of you, and that's okay. These are common ones. Here's to what to look out for. So, the first one is getting distracted when clients are talking. Not that I've seen this, but I just want you to know that it isn't uncommon for new helpers, or even seasoned helpers, to sometimes kind of lose focus and get off track. This gets better with time. Keep trying to focus, but it does happen. And you know what? If you find yourself lost and you have no idea what a client just said, finding the most professional way to tell them that you have no idea what's going on, such as I'm sorry for a moment, I might have gotten a little distracted. Could you repeat yourself? Or, even safer, could you restate that for me? Maybe if you don't want to admit that you stopped paying attention. But do try. It does happen, though. It does happen. Another one is asking too many closed questions. Again, I've highlighted this several times, but it can be just super easy to ask a lot of closed questions. I mean, doctors do it, people in interviews, but remember, you're not trying to interview the client. You're trying to help them, facilitate them to share and talk. So, closed questions also keep clients from drawing their own conclusions. You got to let them process through open-ended questions. So start practicing open-ended questions with everybody. Next. The helper talking too much. When helpers are practicing new skills, it can be common for them to be so focused on needing to practice these new skills that they're trying them constantly. But if you hear yourself talking too much, try to catch yourself. This is for them. Slow yourself down, ask more questions, say less. In fact, just keep it as simple as possible when you are working on these helping skills. Do it simply, and again, you want the client to be talking more than you. Next, not using silence or feeling uncomfortable with it. It's super common to not be comfortable with silence at first. I think I mentioned this is something that I struggled with a lot, but once you try it and you see it actually work out, you can feel more comfortable. There were times early on where I was uncomfortable with silence, but when I just waited, a client suddenly was able to share something, or they talked more than they had, or they let themselves feel something. And again, you want to use silences purposefully, but fight that urge to be uncomfortable with it. Silence is a helpful skill. And then the last one in this short little video is a big one. Rushing to give advice. So there are different reasons why new helpers give advice. One is they feel the pressure to fix things. A client's coming for help and you feel like you need to fix it. Resist that urge at first. Clients need time to process before they can identify solutions. Also, if you're just quickly giving them advice, do you actually know enough information to give them advice? From the quiz that we just took, if we think about looking at Effie, and she has those issues with her boyfriend, and she was also the lead singer of that group, a couple people said things like, you need to go talk to your boyfriend and make things work, essentially. Well, what if it shouldn't work? What if he's a bad person for her to be with? We don't know this stuff yet, so just don't rush to giving advice because you don't know if it's actually the right advice to give. And of course, also, if we give clients advice, we're not always letting them come up with their own solutions, and that's what we want to do whenever possible and as often as possible. It's for clients to find their own solutions, but that comes later in the insight in the action stage, not in the exploration stage. We're going to get there next, though. For all of those solution-focused individuals out there, we're going to get to insight and action. This is just exploration. So the good news is that we all make mistakes. It's okay. The thing about helping is that, I'm sure all of you really care about helping others, or you wouldn't have taken this class, you wouldn't be drawn to whatever path you're currently being drawn to. But you will make mistakes, and you will hurt people in your career. It's a guarantee. But the more you practice these skills, the more that you make that less likely. Just keep practicing. Be gentle with yourself. You're just a person doing the best that you can. And remember just to keep things focused on the client. It's not about how great you are or smart you are. It's about helping them feel comfortable and helping them find their own answers. And that's kind of comforting in a way, that you don't have to have all the answers. So that's okay. Alright, that's it for this video. Common mistakes, and hey, we're all human and it happens. See you guys.